Hey guys, Third here with Boffer Basics, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a pommel. This can apply to making a pommel for a single weapon all the way up to making pommels for glaives. The amount of padding you might need on the end may vary a little bit, but the general construction is going to be the same. For this build, you're going to need some sort of adhesive. In this case, I don't feel like waiting on DAP, so we're just going to use a little bit of carpet tape. You'll need some strapping tape. I'm using Scotch Extreme tape, which is a little bit on the pricier side compared to, say, the Duck brand strapping tape, but it's got that carbon fiber or fiberglass stranding going both directions, so it ends up being a lot sturdier and less prone to stretching than just the single strand or single directional strands of the duck tape. You'll also need marker, razor, and some sort of measuring device, and then you'll need 4-pound foam. You can make this out of 2-pound, but it's not going to be quite as sturdy. If you're like me and you tend to slide down to your pommel every now and again, or if you pommel fight regularly, you're really going to want to use the 4-pound, or you'll be burning through them quite a bit faster than you'd like. I've already got a couple of strips of 4-pound cut out here. This is just floor mat, I think, that I got from Harbor Freight or maybe Walmart, and I've cut them out 2 inches wide. That's just a personal preference. You can make them wider or shorter, but at this length they aren't so big that they're taking up a bunch of your handle, but they're not so short that they get unstable. I'm not going to be covering any advanced techniques that some foam smiths use, like using hot glue or heat gun on the outside of the foam to melt and stiffen it up. We're just going to be doing pretty much a straight tape build on this one. So to get started, we'll cut out a couple of pieces that are 2 inches wide, and you're going to figure out your length by wrapping that around your core until it touches on the other side. Then take your marker, and you're going to want to mark about ½ an inch or so out from where that foam meets. And we're adding that extra bit to account for beveling the foam. Beveling it isn't 100% necessary, but it's going to make your pommel lay a little bit more flat, a little bit flatter, and I think it's more aesthetically pleasing. It only takes a quick second to do. You just do a bevel on opposing sides of the foam, then take and put a strip of carpet tape down the center of that, or if you're dapping, dap as, or using whichever adhesive, follow directions and do that as appropriate. When it's ready to apply, slap it on. I personally like to do carpet tape pommels, mostly because by the time I get to the pommel, I'm kind of over building whatever project I'm on. And when you're at events or during the winter when you can't really use DAP or you don't have time to wait and you need something quick, this is super quick and easy to do. So once we've got our first layer on here, we're going to take a little bit of strapping tape and take off about 3 to 6 inches, and you're going to apply it to the side of your pommel here, and you're going to pull good and tight and apply that down to your core. You're going to do the same on the opposing side. And don't worry about compressing too hard here. We're not worried about how soft it's going to be on the sides here. That's not a requirement for bell or dag. We're concerned about how soft it will be on the top at the end. This fiberglass here is going to keep our pommel from twisting around and rocking back and forth. If you're really hard on pommels, you could even put another couple of strips down to really get it well anchored. If you've already got your handle on and you're just replacing a pommel, you can do it down to your existing handle or rope. It just may not be quite as secure. Once you've got that piece on, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for this. We'll wrap it around, figure out the length, bevel, and apply tape. I've already done that on this piece to save a little bit of time, and we'll apply that to the outside here. Alright, once we've got that applied, we're ready to go ahead and add a cap of 2-pound foam. Since this is just going on a single-handed weapon, I'm only going to put a single layer of foam down. Important point to note here is on a smaller core, this may not have brought you up to the 2-inch minimum for pommels, so make sure that you double check that before you go and cut out or use your sword, or weapon rather, as a template. As well, on bigger weapons such as glaives and spears, you're going to want to go ahead and probably do a cap of 4 pound on this, and then do another cap of 2 pound to make it a little bit softer. Some people use straight 4 pound even on the cap there, and that's really not wrong. It's not going to make it so hard that it's going to be unfriendly or fail, but I just prefer that little extra squish in case I, spear backwards and catch a friendly in the gut. So we'll go ahead and pop a cap on the end here. I guess it's also important to note that because I capped the end of my pommels, or the end of my core, with biscuits, I'm only putting a single layer. If I hadn't biscuited, I would put on 2 layers here just to make sure I've got plenty of padding over top of that core. Once that's down, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bevel lightly all around. Just take your razor and get yourself a slight angle, come in about 1/2 inch, and take some cuts out of your pommel. Again, this is more personal preference. I like the pommel to slide or to angle down a little bit, because that way, once I've got a rope handle on here, this is going to come up pretty flush, and when I slide down, my hand will slide along that bevel and nest pretty nice on the end there. Once you've done that, we can go ahead and I'm going to put another couple of pieces of strapping tape on the side. Again, pull down really tight on one side, secure to the core, flip around, and do the same. Make sure when you do this step that your pommel comes out even again. And because I'm kind of bulging on the side there from compressing that foam a bit, I'll just put another piece right on the side, and that'll make it nice and sturdy. Okay, and I guess one thing I didn't mention at the beginning of the video is once our pommel's done, we do need to dress it up a little bit. So, we'll just use a little bit of black, and we're going to put some cloth tape on the end of this to cover it up. So just, you can cover this all over and then spiral wrap. I like to save time and I just go up and over a few times until all of my foam is covered. So just a few strips up and over the top should get it nice and wrapped up. Okay, and I've got it all taped up and added some marking tape here. It's going to be used in dag and bell, so I've got blue for one-handed swung, green to indicate that it's stabbing, and it's all wrapped up. Looking at it on the template, it obviously doesn't fit through in any way, and it is rock solid and not going anywhere. A little bit of that strapping tape is really the magic behind a good sturdy pommel, and the 4 pound is going to last you ideally a season or 2. Anyway, that's how you make a pommel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you found this useful, please be sure to like and subscribe and share it around. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.